Welcome to hell. Just kidding, kind of. So, we're doing cardio and abs. We're doing 3 blocks. The first block, there's 3 exercises that are designed to be both at the same time, just for a little bit of extra hurt, and one that's more ab isolation. So you're gonna do 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds rest, twice through, so A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Then we'll move on to block 2. It's 30 seconds with no rest. You can give yourself a break after C, but between A and B and C, you don't get a pause. So you're gonna do side plank leg raise each side, then you'll move on to B, then you'll move on to C, then you get a little break. 3 rounds of that. Then we move on to block 3, which is another little pyramid scheme. So 180, 60, 40, and 20, and I'll show you all the exercises now. So block 1, 2 rounds. The first exercise is a plank to an ankle tap. So we do a high plank, which is hands and toes, or hands and knees if you need to, and you can just pop up onto your toes as required. So hands and toes, you push into downward dog, and you reach and tap the opposite ankle. As you do this, you want to think about drawing your belly button into your spine, kind of mirroring how we do a dolphin plank. So it's about contracting your abs, hips up, squeeze your abs nice and tight on the way down. So it's a little bit of a slower exercise, but you're supporting all your body weight on 3 limbs half the time, so it's nice and hard. So once you've done that for 45 seconds, we move on to the second exercises. It is an alternate V snap. Few options here. Lie back nice and straight, reaching up and tapping your toe or as far up your leg as you can. Control back down onto the other side. And then of course, you can tuck and tap towards your heel. And then of course, you can just curl your abs up. So you don't have to get right up onto your bum for this exercise. Then you're moving on to mountain climber to knee tap. It's not the running mountain climber we usually do. Again, start in your high plank position and you tap your knee each time you bring it forward. So make sure you've got a bit of a wider stance so you can support yourself, and then tapping on a diagonal. Once you get it, you can speed the rhythm up a little bit. But again, it's that idea that you sort of tuck your tailbone underneath you, get a nice bit of a contraction through the abs as you tap through to your knee. Third exercise, we do plank jacks or your plank toe taps. So elbows and toes this time. And your jacks are star jumps, keeping your bum level the whole time, or you've got your single side toe taps as your other option as well. Idea for this is you hold a nice tight plank position the entire time. 2 rounds of that, then we move on to the second block. So you've got 30 seconds of a side plank with a leg raise each side. So knees or toes, pop yourself up nice and high, and then we're lifting that top leg just sort of up to hip height, doesn't need to be crazy high. 30 seconds on one side, remember to just hold the plank when you get tired, then straight into 30 seconds on your other side, then straight into a dolphin plank, elbows and toes, hips up, curl to get to the bottom, so tuck your pelvis, belly button to spine, and eyes are looking forward towards the edge of your mat in that plank position. Then we go straight into side bounds. Now, 2 options here. You can do the actual bound where you push off your outside leg, land on the other one, and push off again. So you're sort of doing a nice wide hop side to side, and then you go nice and fast once you get that. Otherwise, for less impact, do your skaters. So shuffling across, tapping the outside foot, staying nice and low, moving nice and fast. So those are your 3 exercises, 3 rounds through. Then we move on to block 3. So starting at 100, we do 100 mountain climbers. So these are conventional, knee driving nice and quick up to your chest. Hold a plank position. Don't start pushing into downward dog. Shoulders over your wrists the whole time. Then you move into 80 bicycle crunches total, not each side. So arms back behind the head, curl the shoulder blades up, twisting and extending that opposite leg, looking to the side as you do your twists. So 80 in total there. Then you have 60 seconds high knees. So set a timer for a minute, and your high knees, use your arms as well. If they're just hanging as dead weight or they're out here, it's gonna make it harder for you to actually get a knee lift. So high knees, 60 seconds, nice and quick, getting your knee up to hip height, swinging the arm back at about 90 degrees. 2 more to go. You've got 40 reps for a seesaw plank. So with this, start on a normal plank position, knees or toes, and you push forward over to get your to get your shoulders over your elbows. Squeeze your bum nice and tight, and make sure you aren't pushing back into this position because it's a load harder. So proper plank position, then push forward and come back to your reset. And then lastly, you have 20 Russian twists on each side to finish off. So you can go feet staying on the ground or feet off the ground. Chest is nice and proud. Hold a weight if you've got one, otherwise you're tapping to the side of your body, trying to reach back behind your bum. So we're not tapping forward, we're tapping back to encourage that twist through the upper body. And you should be tracking the whole movement with your head the entire time. If you don't turn your head, you're just gonna be doing this, and there's no movement through your upper body, so there's no twist. So make sure that you actually move and tap toward each side as you go. Those are our 3 blocks, and enjoy.